welcome to this week's videos all about our lovely chameleon. So this chameleon moved to the Arc Centre at the beginning of the year, and he moved here from Chester Zoo. Now originally he was born in a zoo in France, in Paris, before moving to Chester, and then he moved here to us because he was surplus, which means that basically they had other panther chameleons. Now panther chameleons live by themselves, they only come together to mate, and other than that they are very territorial and they don't like living with other chameleons. So because they already had panther chameleons on show and they had enough panther chameleons for their breeding programs, he was put as surplus and therefore moved to us at the beginning of the year. Now he is quite a special little chameleon. One of his front legs doesn't quite work properly. This has been checked by a vet and they're happy that it's fine, he's not in any pain or discomfort, but he just isn't very good at moving his leg, which also means that he can get a little bit nervous. As you can see at the moment, he has puffed up his chin because he's just a little unsure as to what's going on. If I can show you on the camera there he is. And his colour has changed slightly. So I'm going to put him back to give him a little bit of a chance to de-stress because since I've started talking, he's got a little bit scared. We don't normally handle the animals at the Arc Centre very much, but we would like to, if he becomes okay with it, bring him out to discuss with classes so classes can get a better look at him for education. However, at the moment we're going very slow with this. We're only taking him out for like a few minutes at a time and then popping him back just to get him used to the idea of being handled. We actually have a program in place, and if at a certain point he still isn't happy with us handling him at all, we will not be continuing with this. We'd much rather that he is okay. Chameleons are very easy to stress out. They're highly strung animals, and we want to make sure that he is happy here at the Arc Centre. Even if this means that for our educational purposes he has to stay inside, that's not a problem at all. We would like for him to come out, but we're not going to make him. So the day that I'm recording this video, it's Sunday. We are actually about to start our naming competition. We started a preliminary round a few weeks ago, and today is the finals. We've got 5 names for everyone to choose from on Facebook. This video is going to go out on Monday, so hopefully he'll actually have a name by then, but at the moment he doesn't have a name. So as I've mentioned, he's male and he is a panther chameleon. There are lots of different types of chameleons. Panther chameleons are typically considered to be the most colourful chameleon. There are lots of different colorations of panther chameleons, and these are specific to the area in Madagascar which the chameleons come from. So like most chameleons, panther chameleons are dimorphic, which means that the males and females are different colours. The females are typically browns and tan colours, whereas the males are beautifully bright. The most common types of colours that are found in panther chameleons are blues, greens and reds. So speaking of the differences between male and female chameleons, male chameleons typically are a lot bigger than female chameleons and can reach up to about 20 inches in length, whereas the females are typically only about 10 to 12 inches. The males also live longer. They can live from between 5 to 7 years, whereas the females only live for just as little as 2 to 3 years. Our male is about 2 years old at the moment, and he's reaching his 3rd birthday soon. Something really unique about chameleons is that they have a casque, and this word refers to the shape of the back of their head. Some chameleons, like the veiled chameleon, has a very prominent scoop in their casque, which means that they can actually catch water which runs down for them to be able to drink. Chameleons can't actually drink water that is still, in the sense that they're not very good at realising that it's water. They have to drink water that is dripping off of leaves. So this is why in our lovely chameleon's enclosure, he actually has a waterfall that runs down into a pool, which runs down into a smaller pool. And he also has misting pools. Because of the fact that he comes from a very hot tropical climate, we want to make sure that his humidity is nice and high so that he is happy. He also needs to have a lot of heat to be happy as well. We like to keep his basking temperature, the temperature where he would normally sit and get sunbathe, at about 30 degrees, and then his lower temperatures go down to about 20 degrees. This enables him to be able to thermoregulate. CITES has listed panther chameleons under Appendix 2, which means that they regulate the amount of panther chameleons taken from Madagascar in the wild. This number is currently set at around 2,000 panther chameleons. Now, previously to this, before 1999, around 15,000 panther chameleons were taken from the wild every year. Whilst at the moment they are not listed under any threat, it's really important that they regulate how many panther chameleons are taken from the wild each year to make sure that their population doesn't dip. So I hope you have enjoyed learning a little bit about our chameleon today. Please tune in tomorrow to find out more about his diet and habitat. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and thank you for all of your support. Bye!